Yeah, but y'all down that's like PD hoes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
Yeah, it's your roof from Tassie, bouncing like a kid at a Bunnings. Sausage sizzle on a Saturday morn. Season 3's lit, laptop lifestyle, that show Hero Makers. Season is born from AI funnels to social selling grit. Now it's hero making time. Strap in, this is it, yo. I've hopped Tokyo's back streets, cop the LA glow, bringing yarns from the road, mate. Watch the wisdom flow from the kitchen bench, hustle to the big global stage. We're handing you the keys, now it's time to turn the page.
Watch you heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, been spreading across the land.
I'm the pumped up platypus from Sunny Q, way more bounce than a kid who spotted the ice cream van. You see, two Wizzy dads, mate, bringing boom source seed, helping legends step up, take the driver's seat. We're not just here to yab a raw, spin ya a line. We're handing you the mic so your voice can shine. From Tassie to Tokyo, Goldie to Perth, hero makers worldwide, lifting leaders of worth. Jeff Rules got the coffee double shot, mate, I'm wide. They platypus at the pool party, still floating our tide. Jeff from barbecues to boardrooms, we bring the yarns and the tools, helping legends lead strong and break all the rules.
See heroes rise, and they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. And this is your season, time to take a stand. Hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
Grab your brew, your notepad, and your crew. It's the laptop lifestyle dad show. Hero Maker season, bringing heroes out of you. Patty the Roo, platypus bringing the tricks. Hero Makers podcast, your daily boom source fix.
And they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land. Heroes rise, then they rise again. From the front line to leading mates and friends. Oh, this is your season, time to take a stand. Hey, hero makers, legends spreading across the land.
All right, Dave, here we are, champion. We're back again.
Yeah, and why am I frozen?
No, let's do this. Let's bring him back up. Let's see if that resets it. There we go.
Oh, no, it's
Good
got
old
my hand on my head.
Don't know, mate. Don't know. Anyway,
Plugged into my real internet, so I don't know. I'm not on wireless. I'm full throttle.
all right.
Down, 400 up.
Really insane. Maybe it's saying that they're sick of us. Maybe they're saying that
Maybe.
we've been here enough today. I don't know. Maybe we had way too much fun together. But we've just come off the back of something pretty freaking awesome, right?
Exactly. Well, it looks like I'm going to be talking in slow motion for the day.
All right. Let's see if Dave can sort it out. All right.
How about I might jump out and jump back on.
Yeah, you do that. I'll keep this show on the road. All right, Dave's going to come back on, and we'll sort all that out. We'll bring him back up on the stage as soon as he's got his tech sorted out. But, guys, we just come off the back of our very first Hero Maker Summit, and it was absolute privilege and absolute blessing to be able to facilitate this whole thing, to birth this whole idea and make it a reality. But yeah, this has come off the back of leveling up in a big way with my partnership with the Los Angeles Tribune and learning to step up and be mentored by some of the best in the marketplace. Here's Dave. Let's see if we got this sorted out. Let's bring him back up. And so just say, Dave, our Hero Maker Summit was really born off the back of this leveling up this last 12 months, that this partnership with the Los Angeles Tribune, with being mentored by some of the best and being in a position to grow, and have people like Mary and Michael Silvers and Mo Rock and Parissa Rose, see something great in me and bipartisan you, because we're a team, and, be able to sort of give me the opportunity to step up and shine and grow up, if you will. But like it's in that space where people value you, they see you, and you get to be in a position where you know that you're contributing to help lift the vibration, to elevate the whole conversation. It's a pretty awesome part to be a part of, is it not, Dave?
Oh, mate, it's amazing. It's just an incredible ride, and some of the people that we get to have fun with and associate with is
Right.
so it's amazing. It's been an amazing ride, and yes, it's just from God above, He's just put me in the right spot.
Yeah, and like part of this whole conversation, I wasn't going to do this, but I am. And so what we are in collaboration doing at the moment, we're serving one of our clients with through Michael Silvers and Mary Glorifield here. It's an absolute privilege to be a part of this conversation. Look at these two great people, Dr. Joseph McClendon and Natasha Graziano. They've both been, at the peak of their game. They've spoke on stages all around the world in front of millions of people. And tomorrow I get to be like Dave was for the Hero Maker Summit. I get to be in the driver's seat, and the tech support here, bringing this together, power and purpose. It's an amazing event that we've put together. So actually, let me just quickly drop that in the links there. But this is the game that we're playing out now, Dave. We get to go serve amazing clients like Joseph and Natasha. How pretty awesome is that? Like,
it's amazing, and having the availability of Joseph as a mentor, through the Make It Matters, it's crazy, and then getting to do stuff with him in the background and that. Well, that just gotta keep pinching myself sometimes.
Yeah, right. And so this is a free event, guys. It's been hosted tomorrow. So actually, let me get the quick time conversion for you, the Sydney time. So it's going to be around about, I think it's 9 a.m. Sydney time, which will be September 25th. But it actually works out to be 4 p.m. Pacific time. So it's on the 26th here for us in Sydney time. Sorry, it's 25th in Los Angeles here. But as you can see here, like what you've just come off the back with the Hero Maker Summit, now we're leveling up and going back to back here with the Power and Purpose Summit with some amazing speakers that are some of the best in the world. And we get to play the game where we get to serve this kind of association. I'm actually looking.
We've got another one next week.
Yeah, right. And I've just had a conversation with Mr. Michael Silvers, who is the vice president of the Los Angeles Tribune. And amongst, he works with Steve Harbecker with the $1 Million Mindset space. He actually helped build that space with Harbecker. And, he's done thousands of these events. He's had millions of business opportunities to conversations to explore people's business and help them build their business. And I'm going to be able to bring him on to our community connection call next week. And, Michael's my mentor. He's my business partner in this space. And I just said to him, hey, thank you, Mary, and thank you, Michael, for your amazing mentorship. You've helped me step up in a big way. We just finished hosted our first Hero Maker Summit. I actually didn't let him know about this. It was a bit of a surprise. And, not bad for our first result. Like our first summit, Dave, we've got 460 plus comments. We got over 700
views, wasn't it?
And it's climbing. And last I looked, it was actually close on 750 views and still going. Oh, and I've never been able to achieve any sort of results like that before in the past. And I know there's two equations to why that's happened. A, it's no longer just about us. It's no longer about the me, myself, and I story. It's about we and how we can go further together. And it's about mentorship, like people like Joseph and Natasha and Michael and Mary. Well, that almost sounds like a Bible story, doesn't it?
Actually, funny that.
It's about, these awesome people speaking value and wisdom into our lives. But not only that, giving us a position, a posture where they see our strengths that we can bring to the table, and they're giving us space and permission to play. And it's helped to step up in a big way. But we can officially say, David, that, Joseph McClendon and Natasha Graziano are our clients. We're in service here to this whole project. And
yes,
like, talk about pinch me.
I know.
It's just phenomenal. And what the doors are opening up this year you know, for us and you know, for me and us and everything else. It's definitely divine intervention. There's something greater at work here in this space, and it's the power of proximity, it's the power of prayer, but it's also the power of participation and preparation. You know,
Yeah.
this type of conversation takes years to develop. And, you know, it's just, I think some people forget that journey. You know, we live in a microwave society and everybody wants that instant gratification conversation. So, Dave, I know that you've had to wrestle with this about putting sometimes your own agenda down and looking ways to fill your mission in a bigger vision and partner with this. I want you to speak to that heart, that struggle, but also the, you know, when you've let go of it and you've gone all in that partnership, the beauty of it. I'd love you to share some of your wisdom in that.
Okay. Put me on the spot again, but yes, sure, no worries. That's a good bus that keeps hitting me. I love it. Well, yeah. Well, as most people would know, that you know, I love AI and love working with AI, and obviously, you know, it's a difficult space out there in the AI world. But you know, as you know,
It's
working
pretty
away,
noisy, pretty competitive.
it is, yeah, and you know, I mean, lots of people were sort of well, are still, but you know, had been sort of starting to recognise, you know, what I do and stuff like that. But you know, I've you know, had a few different sort of hats on, I suppose, and you know, it's always been a bit of a struggle. Again, you know, it was never getting huge amounts of interactions on my posts and stuff like that. And I guess there was an opportunity, when we spoke earlier, to jump in here with you and go all in. And I guess at first it was, well, it wasn't much of a decision really, but I still then had to struggle, with my own internal stuff. Do I want to keep pushing my stuff? Do I try and do your stuff and then our stuff and then my stuff? And then, it just got to the point where I sort of had to have a good, heart talk with myself, I suppose. And, pray into guidance for me anyway. That's, what I do. And it was just a decision after doing that deep dive. It was just an easy decision that, what's going to allow me to actually serve, my people and now our people to the best of my capabilities and reach a lot more people was to lock arms with, you and run.
Yeah.
So
And that's the point
hard.
right there. That's the heart of this conversation that I want to leave here is when we can get out of our own way, when we can get out of the whole mindset of just transactional conversation, it's just building my
Correct.
thing, let's build our thing. But let's say not even that. Let's get into service to community,
Serve.
greater good impact. And
Exactly.
it's in that service we really find our feet, yeah?
Well, it is, and I've had to, like you do a lot of things for the bigger picture when you learn to serve. You don't,
Yeah.
not everything's about, oh, I'm going to do that for 2 hours and then I get paid $100.
Yeah.
People ask you to do stuff, you just do it. The rewards will come later down the line, or they might come instantly. It depends on what the situation is. But if you change that mindset from, I guess it's time for money instantly, and just how you can serve your community, well, bigger
Right.
and better things happen all the time.
And you and I have had a lot of conversations in the background because I've had a lot of people say, hey, Jeff, I'm really worried about you. You're putting all this time and energy into, serving other people in that space, and you're not seeing any monetary value come back in that space. And it's two relationships that I can give you two examples, right?
Yeah, I
I
know the same thing.
I partnered with Michael with the Los Angeles Tribune. I didn't put my hand out once. I didn't ask for a transaction once. The conversation was, how can I help? How can I serve? Just put me in, coach, and let's play. Right. And look at the relationship I have now with Michael and that partnership that we have in that space. And I've been able to have the blessing and the honor to do it again with Joshua Phelps from Finance Pro and get to really know this young gentleman and in a way that I know God's positioning me and opening up these doors, because it's about bringing the right players together to serve the greater good conversation. And now look what's happening with Finance Pro. I've now been promoted to being the vice president of field development. and getting into a deeper, more intimate conversation there. And I'm now able to, this Saturday, I'm able to introduce Joshua to Michael, and we can see what we can do even bigger together. Because it's not about the transaction, it's about the mission matters most conversation. It's about that greater good impact, and you have to serve and be in that place. But you know what, Dave? The old Jeff Ross 11 years ago would never ever entertain that conversation. So I get the whole thing. I'm worried about you, Jeff. I get it. But this whole posture and position of service first, and no agenda around what can I get out of it. I've had to force and step up and grow in so many areas because of that, and be challenged in that. And I know you are doing the same thing, Dave, but I don't know. I wouldn't give that journey up for anything. Would you?
No, me either. No, and that's what I said. Once I actually had that good internal conversation, and took these off and put these on, and came from here instead of here, then it was just a no-brainer, decision to make, really. And a similar journey, to yours. Obviously, we had the conversation, about, do you want to do your stuff, or do you want to, come along and work closer with me? And that's what I mean. It was just when I thought about how many more people eventually I could impact by doing what we're doing. It was just a no-brainer, and that's what it's all about. Now I get out of bed at bloody 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever time it is. I just wake up automatically these days, and yes, I still like to have my cup of coffee and that, and sit down for half an hour or so and do a few things. But then it's start trying to do some work, and
we just got off a 4-hour summit, and now we're back here again having another conversation with our audience. And
so we're on a 5:30 call this morning too.
Right, exactly right. So this is what obsessed and crazy looks like. But
which one's obsessed and which one's crazy?
Well, I don't know. You choose. But this is what intentional.
What was the background there?
This is what intentional focus looks like too, right?
Exactly.
And growth looks like. And like the conversations that we're now having, they would never have happened if we didn't get out of our own way, humble ourselves, and just go, how can I help? And so
we'll see now. I was going to say now I can get grey hair from aging gracefully instead of from being stressed.
I love it. All right. So, hey, Dave, I just had a really good feed. I've just come off my second day of my intermittent fasting. You got to be proud of me, mate.
Congratulations.
Now. And
congratulations. Well done.
I don't know if I'm feeling any different yet. We'll see. We'll
probably not yet. I do about
the journey.
I don't do long enough. I do about 12, 14 hours a day every day, sort of around that anyway. But after the weekend, I got to stretch it out.
So Dave, let's wrap this conversation up. I really wanted to introduce our audience here today to our new offer that we just launched on the back of the Hero Maker Summit. So, Dave, this is something that you and I and Jade have pulled together, and it's something that I believe this whole conversation, right? Working together, I really believe that we can go a lot further, faster together in that collaborative space versus trying to compete space. And what's actually happening in our little group chat with all the speakers there, like 19 speakers from the last summit, it's actually beautiful. I've actually had I've had 3 people booking a call with me now because I've led by example and I've opened up that door. But there is no competition happening in there. It's all let's connect, let's chat, let's see how we can collaborate, let's see how we can serve, let's see how we can create an impact for the greater good. So Hero Makers Summit is all really about that conversation, and our VIP club that we launched here. We've got 2 offers. We've got VIP Gold or VIP Platinum. It's really about, you don't have to go do this alone anymore. There really is 2 paths, right? So it's about choosing the membership and getting in where you fit in, but you don't have to try and build your visibility or your authority anymore on your own. We can do it together, and that's what this is designed to do, Dave. And it's, the goal is really perfect for leaders who are just stepping into that space and want to connect and gain that consistent visibility inside our movement without having to create their own movement. And Dave, the platinum offer there, I'll get you to speak to the Launchpad offer in a second as part of that platinum, because you've been on the Launchpad and you basically jumped off the Launchpad to be where you are today. and what that's done for you. But, you know, we've got two offers here, and this is our founders' offers at the moment. You know, our VIP club here, as you can see, you can join for $47 a month. And yes, that is US dollars. And our platinum here is $97. Now, this is pretty much going to double in about a month's time. So if you join early and get in on that early bird special, you will be grandfathered in. When we raise the price, your price will be locked in. Unless you cancel and then come back, well, then you'll come back at the new price. So there are ways to pay up a whole year up front to be able to save even more money. So you're basically going to get a lot more visibility, a lot more authority, a lot more credibility. But here's the thing, you don't have to do this on your own. This is taking that whole collaborative networking space, you know, to the next level. And creating an environment where you feel safe, seen, heard, valued, and known. But this is where we get into that true collaborative space where we can all serve our community, the Hero Makers community, together to help the leaders of tomorrow, to help the aspiring leaders of today, to help the heroes turn into hero makers. Because the conversation that we just had, right, that's a hero maker type conversation. The hero level conversation is all about how can I go do what I need to do? What can I get from it? And how can I win? And how can my people win? See, it's all about that me, myself, and I. It's all about my people, you know, in that space where the hero makers conversation, it shifts the tone of it all. It's all about impact. It's all about mission matters most. It's all about we instead of us versus them. It's about how we can go grow together. So, Dave, you know, you've been part of that journey. You're one of our very first Launchpad, you know, students off that back. And now look at where you are now, partnering with me here in this space. What did the Launchpad do for you?
Well, it was amazing for me, but, you know, the one that we're actually offering out now, I think is going to be even better.
Right.
So, you know, but it was, it was awesome because there was, you know, forced me to take action. It forced me to step up. It forced me to, you know, do things that I was sort of uncomfortable with. But I guess more importantly, it gave me opportunity to become recognized in an already existing community, you know, where people, you know, had a bit of an idea of who I was, but then, you know, getting out in amongst them and, you know, being able to talk to them and, you know, we'll learn how to communicate with them properly. You know, I think we're going to be letting people, you know, I did a few workshops and stuff like that. So, you know, you gained that experience and you didn't have to go and DM people, or if you haven't got a very big following, you already had a group there, you know, group of people that, you know, were able to come and, you know, watch and participate and do all those sort of things. So it was like, I don't know, going from riding a bike with training wheels to driving a car. Pretty much that's the difference it made. Like it was just, you know, so much better, a better opportunity. And, you know, just with the community as well, you know, obviously yourself, Jade, you know, Sarah, but, you know, even the community at large is just amazing how much support they give you. So, you know, if you're in that situation and they know that you're learning, you're getting started, and you're just launching out in the world, you'll be amazed at how many, you know, people in that community will just help you, whatever way they can. And that's how we built that community, or, you know, how you
Well,
built
Sarah's already asked me, as part of the being the facilitator in there, Sarah's already asked me, hey Jeff, can I host a panel with some of my awesome connections there and serve the community in that way? I said, of course you can. That's what it's for. And I know Craig wants to do that. I know Alison wants to do that. I know Zoe wants to do that. I know Dan wants to do that. You know, so this whole community was born off how could we serve our done-for-you digital marketing clients and our coaching students in a bigger, better, powerful way, but also how can we welcome in our wider community into that space as well and give them a platform, give them a stage, and let's build this thing together. So yes, it is a pay-to-play system, and you know, Haley's just asked a really important question, and I want to address that because I think it's a very valuable question. She says, "Is there any trial offers for new members to try it out? You know, this is pure gold. The value of the price is phenomenal. I'm asking for a friend." I'm going to address that right now. This is the best price you'll ever see this offer. And so, no, we're not going to give this away for free. I've done enough free things to build us to this point. you know, and
What is-
our Facebook group, the Hero Makers community, is the free level. And as you can see, some of the quality of training in the, you know, in our daily life conversations, you'll get that in the free group. But this is the next level. This is the plug and play level where we sort of get to level up. And yes, there's a small cost to jump in. And the prices that we've got here now for our founding club members, that is the lowest that you'll ever see this offer. You know, this is going to become that next level mastermind type community as we grow this. And I personally paid tens of thousands of dollars to be a part of masterminds like this in the past. The fact that you can get this for less than a cup of coffee a day, like, that's pretty awesome. So insane value. So no, you'll never see it any lower than this. This is the lowest we'll ever go. But if you're not ready for that conversation, that is okay. We have something for everybody, and you get in where you fit in. And if it's the free level conversation, well, stay here in this awesome group. Stay here in the Hero Makers community and just be a sponge and learn from these daily conversations and the other podcast interviews and the other free things that we put in here. We love to over deliver if you haven't figured that out already. So what we're delivering here at this free level, imagine what it's going to be like in the paid levels and even beyond.
Exactly.
So
Well,
today,
I mean, we just came off the back of our 30-day, you know, so it seems like a long time ago now, but our 30-day sprint challenge, and I don't recall anybody complaining about what we delivered in there.
no, I think we definitely over delivered for that. Like, that's a $10,000 course all day long, and people got in it for pennies on the dollar. We are launching another program, so watch this space. We're going to be teaching people how to build funnels and do automated email marketing and advanced AI and custom GPT space. So watch out for that. We've got the Laptop Lifestyle Dad Show for the Hero Maker Season 3 starting to launch as well, so that'll be dropping soon in October. We've got loads more summits with the partnership with Los Angeles Tribune and our extended partnership with Michael Silvers. We are already planning the next Hero Makers Summit, probably in November. And you ain't seen nothing yet. You know, there's a fire hose of information of value coming your way. So let's strap in. We've opened up the doors. We are here, baby. Dave, before we wrap up, any final words?
Buckle up, Buttercup.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Could have said it better myself. So we're actually going to end this live now. And the platypus, the pumped up platypus, has a message for you. So we'll see you later. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you to all the speakers and the audience that participated
in our very first Hero Makers Summit.